Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Whiteboard. My name is Harshan, and I'm the Director of Business Alliances at White Labs. We are a digital agency specializing in SaaS and e-commerce SEO. And I've got Jack Rao with me. Jack is the co-founder and CEO of Lightspace. It's an all-in-one SaaS platform designed to connect with your hybrid and remote workforce and enhance your employee experience. A big welcome to you, Jack, and I'm so happy to have you with me today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy to be here as well and talk about a little bit about my journey and about my company. And I'm happy to kind of be here. Yeah.
All right, brilliant. Now, before we dive into the amazing thing Lightspace does, can you please let the viewers know a little bit about you and your professional journey so far?
Yeah, no, sounds great. Yeah, how did I get here? In school, I had a background in business, and then I was always keen in terms of finance. So which is something completely not related to what I'm working on right now. I think throughout that journey, I have learned a lot about problem solving. I think that is the main skill set. I've always been interested in building different type of like projects, making things happen. So startup tend to be one of the things that I was always excited about. And then I came across this whole opportunity, I would say, a year ago. And then when I was working, I have seen that my company has been switching towards like hybrid work, and everyone were struggling with connecting with one another. And I had this conversation with a few of my friends, and all of them feel the same way. It's just like the future of work has changed, but the modern practice has not adopted towards this future of work, new way of working. And then when I came across my CTO, we had this conversation, and then we were just like, maybe we can build something to solve this engagement and connectivity problem between everyone. And so that's how we decided to build Lightspace. It's the all-in-one employee experience to really help, I would say, any other company to adapt modern ways of HR process to connect with, build relationship with one another's. Yeah.
Jack, would love to know what are the top three challenges that you see in the hybrid workplace setups, and how exactly Lightspace solve those problems?
Yep. No, that's great questions. I think number one is like coordination between everyone's schedule is a big pain. I'll say there's no official way to inform one another. Oh, I'm coming to the office on Tuesday and Wednesday. And also, I think it's all over the place in terms of this whole hybrid work policy. Is some company where like trying to encourage is, hey, I want you to be in the office 2 days a week. And some company is like, whatever, what you can do, whatever. And then, but because of this whole lack of structure, it really makes us turn into chaotic. It's okay, I'm never going to go in. It's like I go into the office, some negative experience, like I go into the office, no one is there. And then when I'm not there, people are there. So many things is happening is this type of chaotic things really just like kind of making hybrid work a lot harder. And that's why you have been seeing more and more companies like, okay, whether we can have this chaotic way of working, or let's force all of them come back to the office, go back to the old way of work, because the old way of work has always been working. And that's what we have been seeing. And so like scheduling is one big problem. And on top of it, it's really just when scheduling is not working out, other problem that comes with it, such as like disengagement. It's like if you're consistently working remotely, how be engaged, and how do you build relationship, like deeper relationship? The human aspect of it, I think it does matter. And then as well as from time to time, it becomes like a task-based work. That's great from an efficiency standpoint. Okay, I log in, I do my job, I'm gonna log out. But then I think you also missing out that whole connection is being able to make friends with your coworkers, being able to build deeper relationship, like being able to do those type of things. And then that is not there. It'd be under the kind of new way of working. So that's what like some of the problem that we're seeing. And that's why we like wanted to build out some sort of like tools to help everyone adapt towards this new way of work.
And because the solution is definitely AI powered, I see that highlighted loud on your side. Would love to know what all modules do you basically offer as AI powered, and some use cases around it, please.
Yeah, I think almost we in general at Lightspace with this process is like we want to make everyone be as lazy as possible and personalize your experience as much as you can. Okay. And that's what we're using AI to achieve that. So for example, one of the features within our platform to help with the employee experience initially is onboarding. During onboarding, we have a feature called coffee chat. So it matches you between one another's to just get brief introduction so you can quickly make a build a relationship with one another's. But jumping into that call, matching you with someone, like knowing that, oh, I'm matched with Jack, that's great. But then how do we enhance that experience to the next level? And that's what we use AI for. So we use AI to generate talking points, generate things that like common interests, pick up common interests between the two parties already initially. To when you match with someone, you're like, oh, these are some of the like ice-breaking topics that I can talk about. And these are the common interests between us two. And then I can talk about. So to easily build up like that relationship instead of like oftentimes you either go into the meeting, or you don't know what to talk about, or you have to just, you want to do research, but you have no information to find. It isn't. So that's one way that we're solving this is really to enhance that overall experience with different features that we have, made it more automated, made it a little bit smarter. And that's what we do. Yeah.
Gotcha. And what do you think? What sets Lightspace apart from other solutions out there in the market, especially in terms of the hybrid workplace altogether, that environment?
Yeah, I think overall this space is still evolving. It's growing very fast. It's evolving. No one have, I want to say, no one have solved the problem. It's
Yeah.
like right now, if I were to ask you, it's like how to run a hybrid work successfully. No one will be like, hey, use this tool, you'll be successfully. And that's what our goal is to be. And what set up really apart is all these different companies, just trying to solve this hybrid work problem in a niche, unique way. So, for example, there's a company that a competitor of ours, they were trying to solve the hybrid work problem with like just hot desk. They were like, okay, one of the main problem that people are not with hybrid work is you don't know where to pick your desk, and then you want to like we help you to allow with our platform. It allows you to pick your desk. So in a way that you're informing people where you're going to be when you're working, and then that's it. But there's more than that. If you think about the entire experience, there's more than that. It's, okay, sure, but I know where you sit, but what does it give you in information? I think that's what we recognize. It's like this entire problem is more so somewhat like a bigger scope problem. It's like the connection problem, like the relationship building problem. It's really go back to this whole employee experience. And then what our platform does is we look into every single important employee experience aspect, and then we try to build a all-in-one service. You use Lightspace. You can initially you will be part of the coffee chat program, move to the coffee chat program to get to know one another's. And then during the coffee chat, we have the hybrid scheduling solution to help you to look at which day people is going to be in the office. So to build that like relationship easier. And then after everyone creating team events to stay engaged with one another's, that's another challenge. And we help company to run that smoother, as well as like creating communities. So these like DEI initiative, your book club, your sports lead, like all these type of like different ways to group people, bring people together. And we are the platform to provide that and allow that. And there's no, like this all-in-one approach is quite new. I'll say no one have really approached this problem in this angle yet.
That's actually brilliant. And you know what, Jack? Like post-COVID, and it could be like companies making their team all remote or working in a hybrid model. They have experienced like retaining an employee. This has become so much tougher now. There's like whole resignation era going on right now, and it's brilliant that your platform does facilitate that level of engagement and all of those things, which kind of in general helps with the employee retention aspect as well. Good to see. Let's talk a bit more on the intelligent optimization feature, how it impacts space usage, work location, schedule for your HR processes. And also, can you share some specific examples of how the platform has helped business automate the tasks for more efficiency, particularly when it comes to reducing the HR workload altogether?
Yeah. I think when you talk about hybrid scheduling, one thing that you need to think about is that space usage. Is that people want, so in general, HR and the leadership really wants to know two things. Are people utilizing the space properly? How often are people utilizing these resources? Like, how should we allocate these resources like appropriately? And these are the questions that people will have. And if you always want data to back it up, okay, it's like, it's not like I have a guess that my company has 20% of people using the office at a time. So what we do is we have that whenever you schedule on our platform, we have this like smart check-in system as well to make sure that you have the data, accurate data to make the high level decision making process. So that's one thing that we have helping our customer. But in general, in terms of our intelligent optimization, that feature, what we're doing is we're looking into people's availability. We're looking into events that happening within your teams, as well as how long have you connect with one another, any work partners that you love like working with together, all this information and data. And then we make recommendation to be, hey, you should come to the office this day because your best friend is going to be there. And then there's an event at 5 o'clock afterwards as well to make your purpose of going into office a little bit more meaningful. And that's what we do is we want to help you to realize the value of being in the office. And when there's nothing going on, like no one that you care about is at the office, your job right now is just like very like solo mode, and then stay home, be remote. So that's what we try to like solve. It's like we're trying to gather these different type of like aspect of data to make every trip to the office more meaningful.
Gotcha. All right. Would love to know, are you planning any upcoming features or recent development that's going on your platform that users can actually look forward to?
Yeah, a lot, quite a bit. So when we think about it, we really have been, for the past 6 months, we've been adding a lot of engagement features. So that means that like the coffee chat, the community creation, and then a team events recommendation dashboard, like these different type of like ways to engage one another's. But we are also looking at different way to help with remote work. For example, like async catch up, like how do you run like asynchronous communication a little bit smoother? Everyone these days have been looking into that, remote teams. And then we wanted to maybe, instead of your boss every day asking manually on your Slack, be like, hey, what are you up to today? Hey, can you give me a quick update? Maybe you can create like an AI bot to help you, assist you with this. Being able to like, the AI bot will remind you, hey, can you provide an update on what you're working on? And then your manager can set up that cadence. So wherever he's like, oh, I think that every twice a week is great. And then the bot will potentially help accelerate that process. Like these are like features that we have been looking into expanding into overall. And then also we have also been looking into like how to make our product more holistic. It's like engagement is one side, but even when it comes down to engagement, one thing that linked directly to it is feedback, like kudos, like recognition. So how do we merge the two experience together so it's more seamless at one platform? And that's something that we are launching in the upcoming 24.
That's good. Okay, now let's talk marketing. I would love to know what channels are you leveraging for your own lead gen, and what strategies are really working on your favor?
Yeah, I think it's as every other startup, I was saying like founder lead growth, like sales is like the most important thing. It's pretty much like founders getting dirty with their hands and just like outreaching to everyone. So I do tap into people's like email inboxes, do the email outreach as well as LinkedIn outreach. I think LinkedIn outreach is a lot better compared to any other channels because A, people can see that you're a credible individual. B, being able to like having a founder reaching out to some early customer, they felt a lot more engaging. I feel like I want to be part of it. Like you care about me, like more personal. So those are different ways that we have been doing. And also, in addition, we try to go on like conferences quite a bit, go to networking opportunity conferences. Even like the other day I came across this community on LinkedIn. Is just they run these like a monthly type of coffee chat. And then, and so I just joined them, and then immediately I built like a connection with 5 to 10 more people. So it's just like going through, I think it's this consistently, I would say, put yourself out there and then just doing this hard outreach is what our main strategy at the moment that is working. Yeah.
But what about the content marketing bit? I would love to know anything because I do see good numbers of pages you got on your site. Approximately, you're about to reach 300. Yeah, would love to know what exactly is your focus area with respect to the content marketing.
Yeah, we have been trying to like definitely invest in our content end because I know marketing strategy, everyone said it takes time. But in the same time, let's invest today because it takes time. It's not, you don't want to wait until when you have a great product. Okay, marketing did not kicks in. I think marketing and sales like goes hands in hands together. If you have a better website, for example, you have more content. I do my research about your platform, and then I was like, when you reach out to me, I was like, okay, this guy is credible. Let's talk to them. So I think goes hand in hand, and that's why we do have a heavier focus as well compared to other startup in terms of like content space. So we have been doing blogs, doing white papers, and recently been kind of thinking about how to integrate into like short videos, like how do we get into like TikToks, these type of like ideas. So we have been like really expanding the content reach on that sense.
Yeah, that's good. Anything on the press release or on that space? Are you trying to do that or not?
I think press less so. We try to be more organic with it because I think it really takes down to you want to wait. No one really want to talk about a small company almost. It's harder. It's like the ROI initially is not really worth it. I think there is platform that like to talk about it. For example, when we got product hunts, product of the day, quite a few platforms reach out to us organically. Is hey, I want to feature you on this story. So we do those, but we in the same time we don't try to like actively outreach to like sources. Hey, can you write a piece about like space? That's not something that we look into. We just
Gotcha.
not right now. Yeah.
Makes sense. Now, would love to know any success story or case study with business that you've had that experienced significant growth. Yeah, please.
Yeah, no, we did. So one company that actually came to us, they're like around 50 employees in total. And then they were deciding whether they should keep their office or not. And that was the question that they were.
Do you mind
And then,
sharing the name of this company?
yeah, it was car linkers. And then we helped them we provided them the service, and then everyone in their platform, in the workplace, register on a platform, and they use it to pretty much keep a log of who is in the office that day, etc. And then they did it like almost like half a year. And then from there, they got lots of insights. Oh, I really seeing that our team is quite distributed, and then people really do not like to come to the office. And then initially, and then we were like, and then we were making recommendation towards, hey, you should come to the office during these days based on different reasons. And then they have seen improvement of it. But as an end result, they still decided to shut down the office because of how expensive the cost is versus how often people are using it in terms of their culture. But in the same time, because of our data, it's because we provided these data to them, they were able to see the insights, and then they decided to like, oh, maybe we want to be a remote company. And then we still continue the relationship with them because that's where we realize, okay, can we build something that is more a solution for both hybrid company, remote company, and in person? So if you decided to shut down your office, that's totally fine. We have other we help you to connect virtually more with the engagement activity. And then that's where we got the whole idea from. But that was also like a win. We helped them to realize like a better financial decision, and they have the data to back it up. And then they also help us to realize like, how should we pivot our business a little bit and expand the service that we're offering? We don't lose our like customer like that in those situations. Yeah.
Thanks. And Jack would love to know. I understand the platform isn't that old, but yeah, would still love to take your opinion on this. What's the lifetime tenure that you're noticing? How exactly is the churn rate for your business? And do you have any specific programs for customer retention on your platform?
Yeah. So for customer retention in general, is still very immature for us in terms of the stage. We've just been really just like emails, and then like try to jump on calls and then try to retain them. Is hey, how are you getting feedback from them, working with them, and then to get some feedback and then helping them solve the problems in general. But but overall, I think this journey has been doing pretty well. We started almost like when we initially had a tough time selling a product initially, when we just like offering like hybrid scheduling a single and like features. Towards today's, when we're being expanded a few more pain points and being more heuristic with the way that we're approaching this problem, everyone just be like, oh, I like it. I want to use it. And then the conversation being a lot more like positive. And then from there, we actually get it almost like 20 plus company that is like we're going to onboard them with the new launch. So we're launching a bunch of new features in this month, and then they will be on board towards that batch. And then so far things has definitely been a journey, has been growing, and then we just figure out more pain points add more value towards what we're solving, and then customer has been reacted very positive towards it.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Jack. We're coming to an end, and I would love to have a quick rapid fire with you. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. I have never done like a rapid fire before.
Yeah. All right. We'll put brain teaser. Let's do this.
Okay.
All right. What is not a big deal to most people, but is a torture to you?
I think doing one thing for a long time.
You don't like monotonity and nothing on those sense, right?
Yeah, I enjoy the creative aspect of things. I enjoy being able to like work on many things. I think I get bored quite easily with
Yeah.
if I'm just working on one task forever type of thing. So I think that is one thing that
Yeah.
I find myself getting tortured by compared to other people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I can't focus on one thing. I just need many engines running in the background. And, yeah.
I have no problem with focusing. It's more so like I get bored and then I just
Yeah.
don't, I can do it, but I prefer not to.
Gotcha. Are you more bold or cautious?
I think I think both. I know you contradict with one another, right?
Yeah.
I think when opportunity come, I'm definitely a lot more bold. I take on opportunity when I see a justifiable like reason to mitigate the risk, pretty much. But in the same time, I do consider be very cautious about what are the risks out there. But then I always think about, is there anything that I can mitigate through my experience or my knowledge? So even because without risk, there's no reward, right? You want to do pretty much you want to do the most risky thing that for everyone else, but it's not risky to you yourself. So I always look for those type of opportunity in that sense.
Do you overthink and overanalyze things or not?
I think I do. I definitely do overanalyze things.
All right. What's your hidden talent?
What's my hidden talent? So I think I'm really good at video games.
Okay.
when I was like,
Looking forward to GTA 6?
I also like almost I think at grade 6, I started playing in these. I also already played like pretty competitively in a few games, and I was like, yeah. So I do a lot of gaming back then. Yeah.
All right. Now going to my very last question. What never fails to make you laugh?
I don't know. Well, watching like animals, like sea animals videos, like I always enjoy those. Yeah. I always like the ocean a lot.
All right. Thank you so much, Jack, for all the time, all the information about the product, and all the wisdom that you shared on today's session. I personally really appreciate it, and so will our viewers. So thank you.
Yep. No, all good. Yeah, thanks a lot for the opportunity for me to share a little bit about Lightspace, and nice talking to you today.